The college football experience, Purdue Boilermakers 2025 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com with the promo code TCESGPN. Remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, this is Pac-Man Jones. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience, Boiler Up Edition, Purdue Boilermakers 2025 season preview. Yes, youtube.com/the college experience. Jump on over there. We got a triple header we're doing tonight. So buckle the fuck up, people, as we break down all 136 college football teams with a solo episode for each and every team in the land. And this one will be exciting because friend of the program, Barry Odom, who was on the show a year ago, is the new head coach there in West Lafayette. Excited to talk about it and perhaps easy to see a tide turn. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swing It Database Dad, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
Oh yeah, boiler up, folks. I mean, some say this is the original quarterback. Yeah, Bob Greasy was playing ball here. I mean, shit. Obviously Drew Brees with that Joe Tiller offense. Jeff George spent a season in West Lafayette before he transferred to the Illini. Jim Everett, Kyle Orton. I mean, you can go on and on. A lot of quarterbacks from Purdue there. I am joined by my co-host David Blau, another one, by the way. Give it up for the host of the college basketball experience. Remember, when the college basketball season goes live, we are live every single night of the season, just like we are for football. And we did, defend Matt Painter years ago when some wanted him fired. But give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governors, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, aka Monalan Mac. How are you, brother?
What's up, brother? Yes, Purdue Boiler Up, a new era. Barry Odom comes to town. West Lafayette. Cheers.
Mac tonight! Come on, make it Mac tonight!
Yeah, man. I mean, I mean, I am all over the place on this one here. So, I did not see this one coming from many reasons. But I think, look, there's reason for optimism because Barry Odom did a much better job at UNLV than I thought he was going to do when he was hired there. I did, but I also was one that never thought he should have been fired at Missouri. So, let's jump into this stuff because, youtube.com/the college experience. We got the slideshow rolling here. Barry Odom, 44 and 33 overall as a head coach. Back at Missouri in 2019, he was 6-6 when he got fired. Then 9-5 when he took over UNLV in 23, and then 10-3 last season in 24. So he's been delivering 3 straight seasons as a head. I mean, his last 3 years as a head coach, he's been bowl eligible every single year. I think the guy is a pretty good football coach. I remember he used to play linebacker at Mizzou, and I will say this. Purdue's success over the years, to me, has been on the offensive, like with offensive coaches. Go back to Jim Young or Joe Tiller, and then Jeff Brom. Those are offensive coaches. They have tried defensive coaches before, and I feel like, Ryan Walters. How about this? Ryan Walters was Barry Odom's DC at Mizzou. That was why I was confused at this. I was like, you want the guy that, okay. I mean, part of me is like, okay, maybe it makes sense because of a scheme fit too, but I'm also just like, you just fired the guy that was his DC at Mizzou. Your thoughts on the hire? Because I mean, I do think the guy is a good football coach.
Yeah, I do think he's a good coach. I thought he did a good job re-energizing UNLV. I mean, what they were able to do, 19-8 in 2 years, compete for back-to-back years in the Mountain West Championship race, and he's a Missouri guy through and through. I mean, he was played there, wore a lot of different hats in that program, GA, coordinators, then head coach from 2003 to 2019. So he's got a lot of ties in the Midwest, but the Purdue job was an interesting one to take, but he did get a nice payday, and I think that's where it makes sense. Follow the money.
Yeah, and I am curious on the money, but Purdue's schedule is crazy, in my opinion.
It's horrible.
Right? Under Jeff Brom, I would defend Jeff Brom so many years when he was just getting that thing off the ground, and people were saying, I remember arguing with Patty C, and I'm like, dude, he's way better than you think. They schedule fucking insane. That's why I was surprised he also took it, because I'm like, wait a second, UNLV, you were a win away from the playoffs last year, right? And I'm like, you've been to 2 Mountain West championships back to back. You can make the argument next year, had he stayed in Vegas, or the years prior when Boise leaves the Mountain West, you would have an easier ticket to the playoffs. And not only that, an easier ticket to coaching at a job that might be better than Purdue. That's why I was puzzled on all accounts here. Now, like I said, I think Purdue got themselves a good football coach, and I think fans should be excited. But I also just thought your blueprint for success has traditionally been offensive coaches. You are also going back to a system, or there's similarities with him and Ryan Walters because that's his guy. So I was, you talk to a lot of Purdue fans. They're like, man, they were out on Walters. So that's why I was like, whoa, okay. And then I was, whoa, okay, even from Odom, because I look at Barry Odom, who was recently defensive coordinator at Arkansas, and I'm like, man, if he hangs on to UNLV one more year, he could be Arkansas's next head football coach. Now, you could make the argument, is Arkansas a better job than Purdue? I personally think it is. History's on Arkansas' side, but I also think, both have their challenges. But, there's other gigs too that could have opened with him, but I don't know. They got themselves a good football coach. Will it work? Who knows? Because Purdue schedules traditionally in the non-con. I mean, there's years they play 11 Power Fives, and then like your 12th game is like Fresno State or something like that, where you're like, what are you doing?
Well, they looked at Indiana and they took at least one of those Power 5 teams off.
Yeah, I did like Barry Odom's shots at Signetti, by the way.
Yeah, let's get this thing going. Yeah. Let's go, baby. That's how you went over the fan base. Signetti came in, was calling out all the other teams. Now Odom says, all right, let me call out Signetti.
Dude, and yeah, I like, so Indiana canceled a UVA home and home, which fucking hilarious, by the way. I mean, UVA is what, besides a couple years with Mendenhall, they have like 20 years of shit.
I couldn't believe they did that.
Yeah, to cancel that and then replace it with an FCS or something is pretty ridiculous for a guy that talks constant shit. And I like Signetti. It's hard to defend that one because like the before they canceled Louisville, but that was before Signetti was there. Yeah. Now, so Odom I think is in the right when calling it out. The shout out to the chat, by the way. Come be a part of the chat. Damani in the chat saying who's the OC? Yeah, Brennan Marion was his OC at UNLV, and I thought did a fantastic job. He is now Sacramento State's head coach, who might be in the FBS this time next year. So yeah, we'll get to that in a second here, but yeah, let's dive into it because the offense is now in Josh Henson's hands. Josh Henson was with Barry Odom at Missouri, so he has his work cut out for him because he is inheriting the 129th scoring offense in America, the 113th pass offense in America, the 110th rush offense in America, charting at for total offense the 127th. That was bottom 8 in college football. I am a little concerned there's no Brennan Marion because Brennan Marion was fucking good in my opinion. I was super impressed. Now they do retain Ryan Browne, who flirted. When I say flirted, like he went to Chapel Hill. I think he saw Chapel Bill's girlfriend. And there was maybe sexual tension because he was in Chapel Hill for a semester. Remember, he started at Purdue, and I was impressed with him. I remember me and NC Nick talking. I was like, dude, they might have found something in that. I think it was the Illinois game. And I was like, they might have found something in Ryan Browne here. Then he transfers to Chapel Bill, and that sexual tension with Jordan sent him. He said, you know what? I'm not going to fuck with this old man. All right. And his sons are there. All right. They'll follow me around in a pickup truck and whoop my ass. He's going back to West Lafayette. So there's that. Now he is going to be learning, I would imagine, a brand new offense. Cause I don't think it's going to be the go-go offense. Which also he didn't run anyway, but Devin Mockobee is back. Dude, he's a beast running back. I like this guy. He's over 2,200 yards in his career, 19 touchdowns. And kicker Spencer Porath is back, and that's everybody on the offensive side of the ball / special teams. I know it says defense there. That's my fuck up. Will they be better than 127th, Mac?
God, I hope so. Or Henson might be on the hot seat headed into year number 2. But yeah, Henson's little pedigree. He was at USC the last couple of years with Lincoln Riley. As their offensive line / offensive coordinator. I know Lincoln calls the play, so he's a Lincoln Riley guy. So yeah, I think he'll bring some of that stuff over here with some familiarity in the Big Ten now. Yeah, I think they will be better. It'll be a bunch of new faces though.
Yeah, shout out to David Matola and his buddy C-Note. Shout out to C-Note. I've met C-Note a few times. Big Purdue fan. He's got Purdue winning the Natty this year. Shout out to C-Note. All right. But yeah, I mean, I think the offense will be slightly better, but I don't know. We'll get to the schedule. The defensive side of the ball, which is Barry Odom's forte. Well, I'm sorry. Wait a second. I forgot about their offensive transfers because this is worthy of talking about. They brought in Malachi Singleton, a quarterback from Arkansas, who was there with Bobby Petrino and aka Road Rash Face. They also brought in Evans Chuba from Wazoo. These Wazoo quarterback transfers have been, Mateer, Cam Ward, they've been delivering. All right. Malachi Thomas is the guy that once I thought flashed at Virginia Tech at one point. One of my favorite names in college football, Nitro Tuggle.
Yeah.
Wide receiver comes in from Georgia. You got to be excited about that. Corey Smith, a wide receiver from Tulsa. Tulsa, had played no defense, but they could move the ball a year ago. Charles Ross from USC. I liked his game when he was at San Jose State a couple years ago. Chauncey Magwood from UCF. Then a set of tight ends there, 3 of them. Puccinelli from Wake. And then UNLV, 2 UNLV guys, both named Christian Earls and Christian Moore from the Running Rebs coming in. Then on the O-line, they loaded up another UNLV guy with Jalen St. John at the offensive tackle spot, and also Hey Jude McCoskey, a tackle from Tulane. Tyrell Green from Eastern Kentucky coming in on the O-line. Marquise Easley from Georgia. Going out and getting a couple Georgia Bulldogs, man. Braden Joyner coming in from Auburn. SEC talent sprinkling through this roster. The problem is the Big Ten has been dominating college football the past couple of years. But my favorite get in the whole portal, offensive lineman Giordano Vaquero from Manitoba. Let's go. I'm watching the CFL right now here. That's a lot of new faces, man. but I kind of like some of those guys like Ross and Tuggle, and Malachi Thomas gives them some depth at the running back room. I mean, who knows if Browne, I'm a little weary of the quarterback spot still. Like I thought Browne flashed in a game or two, but now he's got to learn a brand new offense. So I think they'll be slightly improved, but like I said, let's get to the schedule in a few minutes here. But before we do that, I want to talk about the defensive side of the ball. And before we do that, I want to let you know that you are listening to the College Football Experience, Purdue Boilermakers style. We are part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Get all your SGPN picks and props for free with the SGPN app. Get it wherever you get your apps. We're also brought to you by Circa Millions and Circus Survivor. Think you know ball? Then you have to enter Circus Football Contest. So $21 million in guaranteed prizes. I mean, there's no rake. So, if the entries go above the guarantee, all that money will go to that very prize pool. Circa Millions, you pick 5 NFL teams to get the spread each week or go for the ultimate sweat in the NFL Circa Survivor. There is even the Circa Grandissimo for $100K Survivor contest, as well as the Millions one. You must register in person at Circus Sportsbook in Nevada, Las Vegas. Great excuse to book a trip to the greatest casino on planet Earth. All right, biggest sportsbook in the world. Stadium swim's incredible. Sign up in Nevada, play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com, use the promo code SGP to get $50 off those proxy fees. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is the place to bet on every single sport. I got money going on in the CFL game right now. I got the MLB games going too. I mean, shit, it's that dog days of summer. WNBA, golf, racing, tennis. We're betting on everything right now. You're waiting. You're just waiting for football season. But what you can do also is bet on college football futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag. But when you do, use the promo code, our promo code, TCE SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply, of course. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCE SGPN. All right. The defensive side of the ball is Barry Odom's forte, as I was saying. Yep. Played linebacker for Mizzou back when they were in the Big 12. Mike Schur, great name. Okay. The defense was a little bit better than the offense a year ago. 130th in scoring defense, 116th in pass defense, 116th in rush defense, 123rd in overall defense. They return nobody. Wait a second here. Barry Odom comes into West Lafayette and he had a meeting with the team. Here's what he said after that.
And you know what? I'm jacked about another opportunity. I'm like, let's go. Now, I met with the team. There is no team.
I love that quote.
Well, they went out to the portal and they brought in everybody. Yeah, I mean, look, on the D line, Brian Ishmael from Michigan. Anytime you get a Michigan D lineman, you have my attention. Same with Monmouth. When you bring in a defensive lineman named Miles Mitchell from the Hawks of Monmouth in New Jersey there. Also, defensive lineman Braylon Charles from North Texas coming in. Defensive lineman TJ Lindsey from the Auburn Tigers as well. Defensive lineman Marcus Moore from Bowling Green. They were a bowl team a year ago, and there's Scotty Leffler. Defensive lineman Ian Jeffries from Arkansas State coming in as well. Another bowl team. Linebackers. They went out to Eddie George's squad from a season ago. FCS playoff team. Sanders Ellis from Tennessee State. Charles Correa following coach over from UNLV. Linebacker Carson Dean from Arkansas, who I think Barry Odom recruited at Arkansas. Should note that. Linebacker Manny Powell from UNLV coming over. Linebacker Alex Sanford, once again, Arkansas. I think recruited by Barry Odom there at Arkansas. Then in the secondary, cornerback Ryan Turner from Boston College. Cornerback Chad Brown from Nevada. Cornerback Tony Grimes was once, I believe, I think he was a 5-star. If not, then a super high 4-star because he played at A&M and I think North Carolina as well. But he was at UNLV most recently. He comes over, knows the system. Safety Crew Wakely from BYU also coming in. And then another Arkansas guy, punter Sam Dubwig, get that dub. And Jack McAllister from Nebraska coming in. Okay. I feel better about this defense being better this season than the offense. Like I think
because
there's just because Odom and a lot of these guys are UNLV guys, so they have been in this system. How about you?
This is such a mystery team with just only 2 returning starters. Yeah, I mean, some of the guys that they bring in the secondary, highly talented, coming out of high school, and now they're transferring to their second and third school. So I think kind of like the offense, work in progress with all these new faces, getting those couple cupcakes early. I think they can find some rhythm here before they start playing the big boys. So, yeah, I think they will be better defensively just because of Odom's track record, but it comes down to continuity with the team and how quickly they gel.
Yeah. I will say this. I bet Ryan Walters, because the schedule is a little bit easier.
Yeah, slightly.
A little bit easier. We're going to get to the schedule, but before we do that, we're talking state of the program. We're talking about Barry Odom coming in there. Ryan Browne coming back from Chapel Bill saying, I'm done with Jordan. Ross-Ade Stadium, Mac. A gem. That's part of state of the program. Your fans. Purdue has awesome fans. Purdue has an awesome stadium, by the way. I'm giving this thing a 9 out of 10. YouTube.com/the college experience. If you haven't seen this place, it's fire. And what do I like about it, man? It's fucking unique. One of the things I can't stand about the NFL is every stadium looks like a goddamn shopping mall. You can't even tell which one you're in when you're watching the game. You're like, where are they at? They in Detroit? They in Atlanta? I can't fucking tell. The best part about college football, they don't have shopping mall stadiums for the most part. And they all have personality. I could see this photo from fucking a mile away. You could take out the fans. You could get rid of Purdue paint in the end zone, and I would know that's Purdue Stadium. And their fans are fucking awesome, might I add too. Look at this place, man. It's a fucking beautiful. That's how a football stadium's supposed to look, dude.
Especially at night. Look at that thing.
Yeah, that is fire right there. They just do it right, man. They do it fucking right. They're great fans. They deserve better, in my opinion. I'm glad. Maybe Barry Odom, by the way, we'll get to the non-con in a second, but maybe that was a conversation you had with the AD saying we got to go a little lighter on the non-con if we want to do this, because what's stopping them? You just saw Indiana make the playoffs. Jeff Brown took Purdue to the Big Ten championship. I know Oregon and USC are coming, are in Washington, but still, you should think that you should be a fucking bowl team every year. I believe that to be. The stadium, though, and the campus. Look at that fucking stadium, dude. That is fire right there to me. Absolute fire. You got the fucking band. They got the biggest drum in the world. They take a lot of pride in this fucking drum, right? The world's largest drum. That the guy at the front looks like one of the guys from Spaceballs. One of the assholes. Aren't they called assholes or something? Look, they got the biggest drum. I like shit like that. Personality. This guy, they need to do a horror flick where someone wears his fucking mask. But they have a statue of this guy. Look, their fans are great, man. Have you seen it in basketball? Football, whatever. I feel like they have good fans. Yeah, there's the statue right outside the stadium there. Yeah, just good fans there. Like they're just great for college football. That's what I'm saying. Like they have something unique. And look, the fucking campus is gorgeous, by the way, too. Look at this thing in the snow, coming up there, catching a ball game. Let's go. If you're in Indiana area, I know you're thinking, hey, let me go to a Notre Dame game. Let me go to a Hoosier game now that they went to the playoffs. Don't forget about the Boilermakers in Ross-Ade Stadium, because they got themselves a fucking gem. And I have, I think I have a photo of it back in the day somewhere in here. It's a good looking stadium. What do you give this thing 1 to 10, by the way?
I was going to give it an 8. You see Mackey over there as well. If you remember, everybody, when Ohio State came in there with that number 2 ranking on prime time, and Purdue beat the tar off them. That was a great night for Boilermaker fans. I see Cracky, the Cocaine Bear, talk about it in the chat. So yeah, it gets lit there when they get it going. Yeah, so we got to get Purdue back, man. I mean that opener against Penn State a couple years back, that place was rocking.
Oh man, they should have won that game.
Yep.
Should have won that. I look at this. They got the train. It comes out. They got the Joe Tiller tunnel. I mean, they do it right though, man. I know they've had their struggles over the past couple of years, but they still do college football right, and that's a credit to the good people at Purdue and in West Lafayette, Indiana. I would love to go to a game there. All right, let's go. Barry Odom's going to get this place rocking again. Look at that fucking brand new scoreboard too. Get out to a game at Ross State Stadium. Look at that. That's it back in the day. This is like back in the 50s, I think. Man, that's what I'm saying. It's been there forever. Beautiful fucking stadium. That's why college football is the best, man. It's a strong element to why college football is the best. Yeah, look at that. Not an empty seat in that fucking joint, dude. Yeah, look at that. Old school, baby. That's back in the day, too. I think it's in the 70s. Yeah, get out to a game, and I'm giving this thing. Oh, come on. And they do it right, man. Look at that. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, against Notre Dame.
Or Ohio State. Yeah, I forget what year that is, but I can tell you this. They do it right. Tear the fucking goalpost down. You storm the field always. It is your, you pay ridiculous tuition, right? Your textbook costs are ridiculous. You win a big game, you should always storm. Don't listen to fucking Sankey's bullshit. Right? Look at that right there. That's the time of your life. I guarantee you all those dudes on that goalpost right there remember this shit. And I bet you in their 80s, they're going to sit there and say, that was one of the best days of my life.
No doubt.
Yeah. Get on over there. State of the program, though, it was a tough one for me because I was split. I was like, man, not that long ago, Browne had him in the Big Ten championship. But then I'm like, damn, they did also let in USC, UCLA, Oregon, and Washington, who all have a better history than Purdue in football. So then I was like, eh. And then I'm like, they went with a defensive coach, which was a little confusing to me. I gave it a 4 of 10 right now, but next year it could be a 6 if there's some positive momentum behind the first season of Barry Odom. What do you give the state of the program currently?
I gave it a 3. Not a lot of momentum right now. They're trying to get this thing rebuilt. I mean, coming off a 1-11 year where they beat Indiana State and they didn't come close to winning another game after that. So yeah, it's a new era, but they got a lot of work to do, and they got to battle a lot of different dynamics as well.
Yeah. We're gonna get to the schedule. But before we do that, I do want to also let you know that the College Football Experience Boiler Up Edition is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long. Giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million in first place. There's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football, folks. So sign up, and when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer. Up to $1,000 in bonus credits there. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. You probably heard me talk about Rhythm before. Well, they just dropped a new game-changing feature called Power Trends. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a very high ROI. I think like a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power Trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. And Rhythm only. No touts, no noise, just clean data back bets, baby. The MLB Power Trends, 254 and 147 this year, a win rate of 63% and an ROI of 4.5% in their past 400 bets. And the WNBA ones are kicking ass too. All right. The Power Trends, 35 and 20 since they launched, 63.64% there. Win rate and 20.7% ROI. So what are you doing, folks? Download the Rhythm app. Check out Power Trends and start betting smarter. You know damn well we will be. Get your free 7-day trial period today. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's SportsGamblingPodcast.com/rhythm. All right. Shout out to the chat. I forgot to scroll. I was up higher and I didn't. I was like, damn, I thought the chat was weak. Then I scrolled down. I realized people have been talking for a long time. These are the type of things I do over here as the host. Yeah, Danny Dumbshit. He says Ross 8 deserves 9. That's a fire stadium. It is a fire stadium, man. Let's get into it, man, because I do say that this is the easiest schedule they've had in a while.
Yes.
And it's probably because Mike Yurmovich, former Butler Bulldog head coach, he is he's coaching his first game at Ball State. This is one of the games, by the way, Mac. I remember I was searching a couple weeks back on like there's a first coach matchup that I'd forgot. I told you there was like 5 games, right? Like you have oh man, why am I drawing blank on it now? We were just talking like 2 weeks ago about how many week 1 like Tim Albin at Charlotte
yeah, and
Dow Loggins at Appalachian State. 2 new head coaches going against each other. You have a bunch of these. Dan Mullen and Phil Longo at Sam Houston State. UNLV Sam Houston State's one. But there's a shit ton of these. Yeah, Temple, UMass. Dude, there's more that I can ever recall in my life, really, where they're facing head on. So there's a lot of unknown. It makes it harder to cap those games. But I got to take Purdue here. I mean, Ball State seems to be in a little bit of a like at least Barry Odom did work with Ryan Walters. They're friends, so like he could call and say, what were the strengths and weaknesses of Ryan Browne? What were the strengths and Mockobees with the running back? What's the best way to utilize Mockobee? What am I doing over here? And it's at Ross 8 Stadium, so it'll be lit. But want to know, what are you doing here?
Should be want to know, and all the Ball State fans were talking shit to us. So yeah, let's go.
That's true. Even more so. Fuck you.
Yeah,
actually, lay it.
Boiler up, baby. Want to know to start the Barry Odom.
They give me shit about the guy. Like I didn't know how to say Yurmich's name.
Yeah.
Even though I went and listened. I mean, first off, I watched Butler football. I do an FCS show, but I went and listened to multiple announcers a year ago say the same fucking thing as me. They don't know. All right.
I haven't seen another Ball State preview out there.
It's hilarious though. Dundee, you're mispronouncing the name. No, I'm not. Not according to this fucking game. Anyway, want to know. Week 2, my boy Stone Labanowitz, his alma mater, Southern Illinois. I will say this, man. Southern Illinois, not a bad program in the FCS, man. Not a bad program in the FCS. They beat Northern Illinois at Northern Illinois. I think it was 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
They're a good program in the FCS. Was it Nick Hill, I believe, is the head coach there? I'll take Purdue. But if they're terrible out the gate, like if they barely get past Ball State, you might see me on the points with the Salukis here week 2. What are you doing here?
This Saturday night primetime game on Big Ten Network. The Salukis coming in, Ross 8 Stadium, primetime. Yeah, give me Purdue 2-0. Got to get these 2 must wins.
But this, I want people to realize like what I mean when I say like, the non-con is they did Barry Odom a solid.
Yeah.
Like last year's non-con was Indiana State, who Purdue beat. Ryan Walters beat them 49-0. Notre Dame and at Oregon State, right? That's tough. The year before, in Walters' first year, Fresno State at home, which they lost to my guy Jeff Tedford, at Virginia Tech, which they won, home to Syracuse, which they lost. So they played 11 Power Fives and Fresno. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Even Brahms like championship year, you look at the non-con, like it still had its challenges because they were taking on like a good FAU team, and Syracuse again. I mean, they schedule super aggressively in the non-con. I'm looking at 2021 right now. 2021 at Notre Dame, at UConn, home to Oregon State. I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Not going to win a lot of games that way.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering if Odom said this. Like, hey, I'll take this gig.
Well, he just said, look at Indiana. Indiana laid down the foundation for him.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, but you can't be tweeting making fun of Cignetti if that's what you're going to do, though.
Hey, at least they played Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's true. Great rivalry. And week 3, we're going to find out about Barry Odom because USC is coming into Ross 8 Stadium. Yeah, I think they're going to get destroyed. And this is I mean, to go from Ball State and Southern Illinois' offense to then Lincoln Riley's, that's tough. You need some rain. Get some rain. All right.
Game in November.
This is what they should be doing. They should get some get a crew of kids on the backside of that wall in that stadium with some fire hoses shooting water up into that shit and be like, no, it's raining right now, man. 2-1. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'll take USC. It's gonna be warm and USC will throw the ball all over the yard.
Well, it doesn't get any easier because they head to beautiful Notre Dame Stadium. Notre Dame, if in case folks might forgot, they scored 66 points on Purdue last year. Let me tell you, Notre Dame's offense was not a juggernaut. So I mean, 66 points, pretty damn impressive. 2-2, and they keep it closer this year than 66-7. What are you doing here?
Yeah, they lose 45-10. They're gonna get killed here.
Yeah. Then after that, they get a bye week, a chance to boiler up. They come out of the bye week, and they are hosting Brett Bielema and the Fighting Illini in a series that goes back quite a ways to 1890. Yeah, I think they lose this game. I think they lose this game too, even though they fucked with them last year.
Yeah, they should have won.
I wonder if Odom calls Walters and be like, what did we do? Because remember, Walters, after Odom got fired, Walters needed a gig. He landed with Brett Bielema at Illinois. I have to take Illinois, though. So 2-3. I mean, to play those three teams in a row that all have like playoff, like people have them in the mix for the playoffs. I mean, Notre Dame played in the national championship. USC, a lot of people, including myself, think they're a playoff contender this year. Same with the Illini. A lot of people believe that. Any chance you're taking the Boilermakers here?
No, but I'd love the spot. I mean, they have a bye, and Illinois is off USC at home, and they got Ohio State on deck. So they're getting them in a dream spot, but I just think that Illinois too good in the trenches. I don't think they'll overlook Purdue like last year.
Yeah. If all goes well, by the way, I see the chat talking. ECU will be tomorrow. If not that, then probably I'm going to ACC Media Days Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So somewhere in there when I get some time. So yeah, they come off of this game and they head to Minneapolis to take on PJ Fleck, who's rowing that motherfucking boat. Look, series goes back to 1894. Yeah, I got them losing this one too.
Yeah. If this game is at Purdue, I would be tempted just because Minnesota drops a weird road game every year. But Minnesota at home, I'll take Minnesota.
So that puts us at 2-4.
Yeah.
Then after that, they head to Lakeside. I love it. Lakeside, man. Northwestern with one of the most beautiful stadiums for another year before they ruin it. This is winnable.
This is winnable.
What did we do in the Northwestern preview though? I think I gave it to Northwestern here.
It's the final game at Lakeside.
Oh my God. Don't make me cry.
Yeah.
Don't make me cry.
I'll take Northwestern.
Yeah. I'll take Northwestern too. So damn. And it's back-to-back away. We should talk about that. It's back-to-back away. So that puts it at 2-5. Yeah. Then, okay, this is winnable.
It is.
Greg Schiano and Rutgers coming to town in a lit environment. All right. Give me a win. It's a homecoming, by the way. I guess. I don't know.
Schiano always finds a way just to do enough to make a bowl, though.
This is going to be a 3-point game. You know what? The more I think about it, though, I think Rutgers is just on a different level right now.
Yeah, I'll take Schiano.
Yeah. The more I think about it, I'm still at 2 wins. But this, if you're looking for that, if you're trying to find an extra win on the schedule, I think this would be the one. You come out of that, they head to Ann Arbor, the big house there. So,
jeez.
Yeah. What if Underwood's terrible as a freshman? Is there any chance that Purdue could?
Not in the big house.
I know. Loss.
Yeah.
2-7. Right.
Yeah. Here's a good one coming up. Jesus.
Well, they host Ohio State.
God, did they get every big team besides Penn State?
This is a loss. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. They're not winning. They don't have enough to beat Ohio State already.
Yeah.
No
Then
needed. Oh, Jesus.
Wait, do they just play the last 3 teams in the national championship other than Notre Dame? They play Notre Dame too. They play the last 4 teams that have played in national championships. Hey, Barry Odom, enjoy that $35 million. All right.
This is ridiculous.
Loss when they go to legendary Husky Stadium. Okay. I don't even know what week we're on, but this is just
2-9.
So Washington, Michigan, Notre Dame, and Ohio State all on the schedule.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This kind of almost gives Wisconsin a run for its money with the schedule they got.
Yeah. Then we got a bye week. Shout out to, a lot of people forget about this. They talk, it's like the Barry Sanders, Thurman Thomas thing. Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas were at Oklahoma State at the same time. Probably the greatest backfield of all time in college. Well, Purdue at that, I think a year prior, had Rod Woodson and Chris Dishman as the corners. Oh my God. I mean, Rod Woodson, you can argue is the best corner ever. Chris Dishman, I thought was way underrated in the 90s. I thought he, to me, he was a top 10 corner in the 90s. That's insane. That's insane. And how did the fuck did you not win a Rose Bowl? No one. I mean, that era, I guess everyone ran the ball. So they were kind of okay, we have great corners, but we don't have to pass the ball. Let's just run the ball. You come out of that, and I hate the bye week too. Might I add that? I hate the late bye week. You got the battle for the what is this called again? I know it's the Crimson and Gold Cup, but it's a battle of the barrel or some shit like that. Series goes back to 1891. Signetti coming into Ross 8. Now this one would be hilarious if they derailed Indiana from another playoff appearance or something. But I got him losing this.
The old Oaken bucket game.
That's what I thought. Old Oaken bucket. Yeah. Look, I mean, I just can't get there in this game yet. Maybe next year in the rivalry game. Love this rivalry though, and I will be watching this like I do every year. What are you doing here?
I'll take the points, but I just think Indiana has too many dudes to lose this game, even though they did run the score up.
They ran it up for style points. Those motherfuckers.
Come on, Purdue. Yeah. I mean, Odom, it'll be the end of year number 1. Hopefully they're playing their best ball at this time. But yeah, I just don't think they have enough. 2-10 for me.
Yeah, I'm basically at the same spot, 2-10 now. The win total's 3.5. Mac, what? Whoa, what?
Who else are they going to get? Rutgers and Northwestern?
See, they'd have to those are all the winnable games, right? I mean, look at the schedule, dude.
Who else are they getting?
They play 3 teams that were not a bowl team. Ball State. What did Ball State win, 4 or 5 last year? Yeah. I mean, Southern Illinois is an FCS playoff team a lot of years, and then Northwestern. Where
are they getting 4 from?
I mean, I'm willing to say between Northwestern and Rutgers, they could get one of those.
Yeah, but both? No, they ain't getting both of those.
Trick or Treat saying it moved down. When though? I made the slides 2 days ago. We need to let me do some research here.
Hilarious. Down to 2.5. Good Lord.
Let me see about this right now. What is best case scenario? Best case scenario is what, 4, right? Absolute best case scenario is 4 and 8.
Maybe 5. If they if they win the Rutgers Northwestern, then pull one upset and they get those first two. But that's like dream. I can't see them making a bowl this year.
I am seeing 2.5 right now in DK. So food for thought. Shop around. Like I said, I made these slides 48 hours ago. That's maybe 72.
God, have you seen a Power 5 team with the 2.5 win total?
Maybe Vandy one year or something.
It's all-time low.
Well, here's the thing, man. It's 2.5, but you can get great value on the under here at plus 150. And the reason why I think it is not a bad play to take the under on 2.5 is because I do believe Ball State or Southern Illinois. I mean, like I said, Ball State has a new coach too.
Yeah.
Would it shock you? I mean, how many times have you seen like a new head coach come into a rebuild? Like Lance Leipold at Kansas, year one, when I locked up the over at 1.5 wins. And they hit that over because they beat Texas like week 10. Well, week 1, their only other win was a game, if memory serves me correct, against South Dakota, where they needed to convert a fourth and goal from the 7.
Yeah.
To win that game. My point is like you're playing Ball State and a team that makes the FCS playoffs every other year, I feel like, or every 2 years or 3 years. And then like I do believe like Northwestern's got Preston Stone, a 5-star quarterback. Rutgers has been to like bowls back to back. So it's like I do think there's value on the under 2.5. Like I do. I don't
see them winning any of those games. Yeah. Big Ten.
Shout out to Bill Russo, says 3.5 is over at William Hill. Minus 240 to the under though. Yeah.
Play the 2.5.
Yeah, I actually think you play the 2.5, and you're just the biggest Ball State and Southern Illinois fan. But check that out. Even if they win those two, you're still hanging on to something because Northwestern and Rutgers.
Yeah.
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 So Damani says maybe they could win 5, like if they just catch a random team. I don't know though, man. It would be one thing if like they had, anyone like if UCLA was on the schedule or Maryland, you could say, but like, how many of these teams are playoff contenders? A lot of people are high on Illinois. Notre Dame, obviously, most people have them in the playoffs. SC, I think they're a fringe playoff team. Michigan, some people has a fringe playoff team. Ohio State is a playoff team, I think. Washington, I think, could be a surprise darling. We've heard people say that. Indiana went last year. It's a fucking tough schedule, man.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think there's value. Plus 150. I'm not going to lock it, but I might consider it. Let me have a few whiskeys while we're out in Vegas again in a couple weeks.
Give me the under.
Yeah. Are you locking this?
No, I'm not locking it.
Yeah.
A couple whiskeys out in Vegas. You never know.
Yeah. Okay, folks, this is the beginning of our triple header. We have the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Arkansas Razorbacks next. I forget which one is first, but I'll look at the times that I put out there. I believe it's Minnesota first, then Arkansas, if memory serves me correct.
Yeah, I believe so.
So we'll be back in like 15 minutes with the Gophers preview. But enjoy. I put together a nice slideshow honoring the history of Boilermaker football and that great fan base in Ross-Ade Stadium. So enjoy that on the way out. I think they got, look, Barry Odom's a good football coach. You got to be patient. So, all right, folks, give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at DColBD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Thanks for everybody tuning in. And we'll be back in say 15, 20 minutes with the Minnesota Golden Gophers season preview, followed by the Arkansas Razorbacks and Sam Pulled Pork Pittman. All right. This is the College Football Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Mailbox 1. You have Devin messages. 1. I'm not saying I'm a
impossible to outdo. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. We're the obsession to be a part of that, started that. Mind over matter don't matter in the market. I've seen much smarter cats have heart attacks. Largely cause leaders need lambs to be lethargic. Match wits with the half-wit phantom. I don't need jumper cables or mic cords to analyze an analytical anthem. Between my two ears, an engine pumping the life force. Force field for your grip on the grievance. Still gonna feel unchallenged and bored stiff. So arrange the pieces to appear cohesive. All the hard work will go largely ignored if your hands are covered with post-its and paper cuts. You need to have your voice in the vice grip. The one who made it famous ain't the one who made it up. You don't get overtime just for working the night shift.
I'm taking a piss right now. It's like
I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Every time I close my eyes, I'm taken to the same place, a playing field, and every contestant's got the game face. Everybody's yelling, you ought to play it safe. Make sure them shoes are tied and ankles taped. Shake the cobweb, hit the ground running. This is how cunning I can get with the footwork. You're doing it right, well, it shouldn't hurt. Flirt with greatness, still I run the famous. Nice high heels, I got mics for spikes. Trampling the home team, man, they're turf for life. For the few fleet of foot, too fast for me. I fear none, cause I run and ignore the pit. Of feet by the tree, they're the fast asleep. In love with the game, you adore the head. I believe in achievement. My soul isn't rewarded, just cause it's easy goal and moves toward it. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Conspiracy theories, gotta love them clearly. Nothing's more entertaining than entertaining a query. Just the words of the wise and the weary. Recognize the authors of reality and theory. Theoretically, I could have won Scribble Jam. In reality, I lost to a legend. Theoretically, I'm best friends with Uncle Sam. In reality, I've never even met him. Now, one day my potential may become reputation. Until then, I'm still a work in progress. I suggest you question what I'm saying. If anything, to become familiar with the process. My agenda may suit your needs. When I say your bill of rights has been ripped to shreds. But if it defends what you believe, hold ear to your truths and scream, fuck seeds. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo. Mind, body, and soul are nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself.